The modern horse evolved in North America, disappeared from the continent about 10,000 years ago, and then returned with Spanish colonists in the 16th century. By the 1800s, thousands of horses ran wild on the Great Plains. Kleppe versus New Mexico involves the constitutionality of a federal law intended to protect feral horses from the annoyed ranchers who had to share land with them. In 1971, Congress passed the Wild Free-Roaming Horses and Burros Act to protect unclaimed and unbranded feral horses and burros that roamed federal public lands. The act gave the Bureau of Land Management the power to manage the animals as components of public lands, and authorized the secretaries of the Interior and Agriculture to enter into cooperative agreements with landowners to effect the act's purposes. In 1973, the secretaries entered into just such an agreement with the New Mexico Livestock Board. 3 months later, the Livestock Board terminated the agreement. The Livestock Board argued that the federal government lacked power to regulate wild horses on public lands, unless the animals were moving in interstate commerce or damaging public lands. The Livestock Board claimed that the New Mexico Estray Law gave it the right to regulate and sell all stray horses running at large on public or private lands in New Mexico. New Mexico rancher Kelly Stevenson grazed his cattle on federal public land. Stevenson complained to the Livestock Board that several unbranded burros were on his grazing land, eating his cattle's feed. The board rounded up 19 burros and sold them at public auction. The Bureau of Land Management demanded that the board recover these burros and return them to the public lands where they'd been captured. New Mexico sued Secretary of the Interior Thomas Kleppe, seeking a declaratory judgment that the Wild Horses Act was unconstitutional. New Mexico argued that the Property Clause of the Constitution granted Congress the power to protect federal property, but not the wild animals living on it. The district court found that the act conflicted with the traditional rule, under which Congress could regulate wild animals only to protect public lands from damage. It held the act unconstitutional and ordered Kleppe to stop enforcing it. The United States Supreme Court granted review.